So, why do narcissists so often seem to want you when you stop caring about them? It's about having supply sources. Narcissists don't ever want to lose a good supply source or a good prospective supply source. And what that means is if you are somebody who once supplied them well, and now you're not supplying them so well anymore, so they decide to leave, they don't want to jeopardize the possibility that maybe some point in the future you could supply them again. And the way they do that is by not giving you closure, by keeping you confused, by keeping you trauma bonded, by making you think things went south and it was your fault. What they don't want is for you to move on, because the moment you move on, then they get triggered. It's like this thought triggers within them, which is that, oh shit, there might come a time where they want your supply and it won't be available anymore. And that's where they start to get a bit panicky and feel like they need to take some kind of action. But just get this straight. Narcissists, they don't care about you, you know. They don't have the ability to care about you. What they do care about is controlling you, and they like to control your thoughts. They like to live in your head. They like to occupy your thoughts. They like to occupy your feelings because, in a way, even though you might not be an active part of their life, giving them lots of supply, if you're not with them, but they know they occupy your thoughts and feelings such that, in a way, they're living in you, that does supply them. And it also gives them the comfort that you're more likely to entertain them in the future if they do want you back. So that's how narcissists are. It doesn't really matter what you have going on in your life, where you are in your life, what your plans are. Narcissists, they want to be a part of all that. That's why they're always coming up with ways of planting seeds in your head. And these seeds are basically the thought of them, which doesn't easily go away. You know, they know just how to do that. And if you've spent a lot of time with narcissists, you'll realize that they always have a way of saying or doing something, which kind of means they're locked into your thoughts for the next couple of weeks. And it can be something like a post on social media that has a hidden meaning that they know that you'll interpret. Or if you're physically with them still, it could be just things they say to you or things they want you to do for them. Or they might say, oh, I need to go do something for work. I might have to travel for a couple of weeks. But when I'm back, I want to talk to you about XYZ, you know. So XYZ, the point I'm making there is they sometimes they get you expecting something, sometimes they get you anticipating something, but you're not really sure. Or sometimes they outright devalue you, sometimes they try to triangulate you. But it all serves a purpose of them living in your head, planting these seeds. And that's why this narcissistic entanglement is just so insidious. Because it's the most subtle of things which they know will be so impactful in how you feel and how you think and how you get on with yourself and your life with respect to them, which is they're always kind of somewhere. They're always present, even when they're not. And that's how they like it. So when narcissists reject you, when they discard you, when they put you on the back burner, when they put you on the bench, you know, it's hardly a forever discard. A part of them knows that they're going to want to use you later, even if it's just for supply, just to make them feel good, just to validate them. And what really hurts the narcissist more than anything is when, after they push you away, you take certain steps, which mean you detach even further, basically becoming their ghosts, becoming someone who wants nothing to do with them. You've accepted the discard, you've accepted the breakup, and now you're gone. That's when they so often come back, because that's when they so often realize that they might lose you for good as a supply source, and that's not something they can really accept, because they do need you, and they need you to keep thinking about them, to keep having feelings for them. They need to live rent-free in your head. And that's what narcissists do. Whether it's positive supply, negative supply, they'll try just about anything. And it can be quite devastating if you're not, especially if you're not aware of their tactics or the way they operate, but it can be quite devastating, certain moves and certain actions that they take in terms of the impact on you. But you really have to rationalize it, thinking, you know what, I'm not going to take this personally, because I know what they're doing. I know this serves a purpose to make them feel better, even though it could devastate me if I let it, but because I know what's going on, I can rationalize it. I know who I'm dealing with. Then you don't need to feel anything. But the problem there, well, not the problem, that's what you should do. Then, of course, when you do detach in that way and not care, that's when you can expect them to try to prod a little further, to test you a little bit more, to up the game. And if you're still not responding, that's where they often find a way of surfacing into your life, either directly or indirectly through other people. Because they just want to do something to get that leverage back. They want to do something to get that control back. They don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you happy. And they know that as long as they can live rent-free in your head, not only are you channeling your energy towards them, but you cannot be happy, because they live in your head being toxicity. And that basically goes against anything positive that you have going on. So just remember that. Remember that narcissists, when they discard people, they don't ever want to lose you as a supply source forever. They like the idea of putting people in the closet, on the bench, on the back burner for future use. And they don't like the thought of people moving on forever. They like to live rent-free in your head. And of course, they don't want to see you happy. Thanks for watching.